Hello everyone and welcome back to day 3 of our Christmas celebration. We're so glad to have you back with us today. I'm here with my friend Abigail Darla.
Hey Abby!
Hi Abby!
I have been watching the videos for the past 2 days and it was definitely encouraging and good to see some of our IBSF kids too. What do we have planned today?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Decades ago, when our grandparents and great-grandparents' generations were fighting in wars, it was very clear who the enemies were. They were the countries that were fighting against each other. But now, in today's day and age, the enemies are a little more subtle. We don't exactly know or recognize who the enemies are.
What do you mean, Abby?
Well, for example, this pandemic that we have going on here, civil unrest, racial tensions, are all subtle enemies that instill fear into us.
Oh yeah.
In today's video, we'll be seeing how to overcome fear when our enemies are great in number and in power.
A lot of unknowns about this disease, from the source to how it spreads and its clinical features.
We don't know the source of this virus. We don't understand how easily it spreads.
It's urging its citizens not to travel abroad.
Now to another grim milestone, the world surpassing 1 million deaths from the coronavirus.
Authorities here in the U.S. are warning difficult months are still ahead of us, and as with tonight, cases now topping 15 million here in the U.S., 1.3 million of them in just the past 7 days, and more than 15,000 deaths in the past week. More than 285,000 American lives now lost. Nearly a third of the nation's hospitals have 80% of their ICUs in use tonight. And as we head deeper into the holiday season, fears of that surge upon a surge.
The latest U.S. unemployment figures just out. 20.5 million Americans are out of a job, taking the unemployment rate to 14.7%.
I happen to believe it's the biggest financial bubble in the history of monetary policy for the whole world. And the correction is going to be very, very violent, and it's already pretty bad.
Bleak predictions from the World Bank Group as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to ravage economies. More businesses are expected to fail, and insolvencies are likely to increase by 30% by the end of 2021.
The U.S. is also dealing with a monster storm that's leaving a trail of death and destruction in its wake. At least 4 people were killed in one state. Laura has weakened to a tropical storm, but it roared onto the Louisiana shoreline overnight as one of the most powerful storms ever to hit the U.S.
Half a dozen states in the Midwest are cleaning up this morning after a rare storm with 100-mile-an-hour winds that tore across hundreds of miles.
The downpour moved into Iowa, leaving hundreds of thousands without power.
Dear friends, welcome back to day 3 video of Fear Not. If you haven't watched our previous videos, we encourage you to watch and be blessed. Today we will see one more truth to overcome fear. When we face enemies that are great in numbers and mighty in power, it's natural that we all have fear. In Bible times there was a king called Jehoshaphat. When the great multitude of nations came against him to battle, the king was greatly afraid. But he did not stop there. He did a good thing. He set his mind to seek the Lord. He humbled himself before the Lord. He prayed earnestly. He prayed like this: Lord, we don't have strength to fight this battle, nor we don't know what to do. But we look up to you. And God heard this prayer. And God said, this is not your battle, this is my battle. At the end, God granted success and peace in all his surroundings. And the king took out the spoil of the enemy for 3 days. Simplest prayer in the Bible is, Lord, help me. Although our enemy is not physical, most of the time our enemies are unseen. Like COVID-19, no one has seen this virus. It's a threat to the entire nation. But when we face enemies like this, what we can do is what this king did. We can seek to the Lord, we can pray to him, and we can depend on his strength. Lord, it's not my strength. Lord, I don't have any strength. Lord, I don't know what to do. King himself proclaims this. Lord, I don't know what to do. and I don't have any strength to fight this battle. When we humble ourselves before the Lord, when we seek His help, when we depend on His strength, He will come and He will help us. He will take that as His own problem. It's not our own personal problem. Now that becomes His problem. And He will make sure that we succeed in this. So when you fear the enemies, which are greater in number and mighty in power, look up to God for His strength. Tomorrow we will see one more truth to overcome fear. Thank you.
Just looking at that video made me wonder and thank God for this year. What do you think, Joanna?
I agree, Abby. Truly, so many things have happened this year that we've never expected.
We hope today's message was uplifting to you and your family. Please make sure to tune in tomorrow for more encouraging messages.
Please share the link with your family and friends. We are praying for you. Have a blessed day. Bye.